I don't know about you, but I've been having a more difficult time than usual lately staying productive. It almost feels like those early pandemic days where you know you need to stay informed, but you're watching the news like it's a horror film. You're peeking out between your fingers while covering your face, and you're wondering what you, one person, can do. But you've still got to do your job and feed your kids and, oh yeah, yourself. In today's episode, we're going to talk through a few simple strategies that can help you and me make it through the day intact when the world feels like it's crumbling around us. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. Are you, like me, finding it difficult to be productive when all you can do are think about families being ripped apart, innocent folks being kidnapped by ICE, or the willful disregard of our constitutional rights, or whatever the current horror is for you in your part of the world right now? Look, first things first, I do not have all the answers. I certainly don't. But what I can do is share with you some of the tactics, some of the mindsets that are helping me during this time, while I try to keep my family and my business alive, while also trying to figure out what I personally can do, besides calling my representatives on the daily, to fight for good in the face of evil and ensure that I'm on the right side of history. Now, first things first, it's about your definition of productivity, right? Define what productivity means for you right now. I can't define what it means for you, but I bet you can. Now, I remember back when I was on maternity leave many, many years ago, and I would get to the end of the day, it was a total blur, and I had one marker of productivity for myself. Had I unloaded the dishwasher and, kept a kid alive? If so, it had been an extremely productive day. And if not, well, we were still alive, and that was really the baseline marker for achievement. If there were ever a time to lower the bar for your personal productivity, this is it. Maybe, for now, productivity means sleeping enough. Maybe it means making sure the bills are paid and the kids are fed. Maybe it's about hitting work deadlines and letting everything else go. Depends on your life, right? Maybe it's about connecting with your far-flung family daily. Every life is different. You get to define your own bar. Now mine, it's doing what I intended to do and at the same time being ruthlessly realistic about what I'm capable of on any given day and what will really move the needle in all aspects of my life, personal, business, and civic. Now, another thing that you can do, not just lowering the bar, but maybe pick a number, right? Pick just a few must-dos each day. Instead of looking at your super long to-do list every single day and feeling very overwhelmed, instead pick just a few must-do items on each day and focus on those. These are the things that you'll get done come hell or high water. And you may think that everything on your list falls into the urgent and important category, but I can assure you it does not. Now is the time to get ruthless. Yes, that's the second time you've heard me say that word, ruthless about your prioritization. Now, if you're having trouble prioritizing, I'm going to give you a technique you can use. I call it flip it, right? You're going to flip your prioritization on its head. You're going to look at your list and you're going to say, okay, if there's one thing that I could cut from today, what would it be? And then you do that until you're left with only the things that absolutely must be done. And then focus on getting those items done. Now, I'm not here to decide for you what those must-dos are, right? I don't live your life. It very well could be that if your kids are getting food in their bellies and you turn in that one work assignment with a deadline of tomorrow, that you have done what you've set out to do. You decide. Next tactic, let everything else go. Now, I'm not saying to do nothing else from your list, right? I'm just saying once you've done those must-dos, those things that really, really, really did have to be done today, I want you to feel accomplished and productive. If you get nothing else done, that's okay, because you did the must-dos. And if you get those must-dos done and the day's not over yet and you've got a little bit of energy left, then take a look at your list again and decide if there's one more thing you can tackle. Or just relax. You need that too. It's up to you. Make task realism your goal. right? This is what we're talking about. You know how I just said that I'm being ruthlessly realistic as my own goal? This is what I mean. I want you to ask yourself, what can I actually get done today? What do I actually have time for? When will I do my must-dos, right? If I've decided I have a list of these must-dos, look at the calendar. Do I have time to do these things? Do I have time to do the things that I am planning to do in my calendar? Get ruthlessly realistic about that, right? This is not the time for optimism. This is the time for realism. Think about it this way. If you're only getting 3 things done today, and that's just an arbitrary number I threw in there, but let's just say you're only getting 3 things done today, realistically, is it better to have 3 things on your list and get them done, or to have 10 things on your list and get 3 done? For me, the clear winner is the former. But in both cases, 3 things were complete. The productive output has not changed, right? The difference is how you feel about it. In the first case, you get to feel good about yourself. And in the second case, I'm pretty sure you're going to be feeling pretty shitty about yourself. And I don't know about you, but I want to feel good. Or really, I think maybe I do know about you. We all want to feel good, right? Or as good as we can given the circumstances. Now, there's one more thing that you can do. And this is to embrace the spirit of experimentation. You want to experiment, iterate, and repeat. Were you too ambitious today? Were you not quite ruthless enough? That is okay. Lower the bar for tomorrow. Did you have a little extra time in your schedule today? Lucky you. Good job with the ruthless realism. Do you want to use that time to do productive things or to take care of yourself? Things improve when you actively take notice of them. And reflection is something that you can do in, just a minute or so. It is not as hard as you think to increase that awareness. And here's 3 questions that I want to leave you with that you can ask yourself every single day that will help you to be able to experiment and to build on what's working and to fix what isn't. So what are these questions? Number 1, what went well today? This is so you can double down on it and so you can notice it, because even in the worst of times, there are going to be things that are going well. What didn't go so well? That's the other question, right? Not to judge yourself for it, but just so that you know, so you have some awareness of it. What didn't go as well today? And then that third question is maybe the most important. Okay, so what can I try tomorrow to make today or tomorrow just a little bit better than it was today, right? What didn't go so well? Is there something I can tweak to make that better for tomorrow? And if you do this every single day, you will feel better. Things will feel better. We cannot control what is happening around us, but we can control our own actions and reactions. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, I've got a little something else you might want to know about. I want you to check out my free class, 3 Secrets for Always Having Enough Time for Your Work, your family, and most importantly, yourself. It's short, it's practical, it's packed with strategies that you can use right away, and it's free. You can grab your spot at the link in the show notes or at alexishasselberger.com. See you next time.